Yo, it's SmallmouthCrush. What's going on, guys? Today's Tackle Crush Tuesday video is going to be all about true bass swim baits. I actually had a chance to fish them firsthand, and we caught some fish today on them. I'm going to have my buddy Ryan explain all about the bait, the benefits of it, and why I think you guys might want to give it a try this year. We're not done yet, but we got a pretty good bag of fish. I don't know exactly what we have. We've been kind of, sometimes it was fast and furious. And we thought we'd take a moment now, since we're in a nice little calm cove, to talk about the true bass swim bait.
Absolutely.
What you got there, Holmes?
Man, we have the one and only true bass swim bait. I started the company in 2014.
Okay.
It started because there was a bait company out there that used to make a bait, a really big one, which is now my 7.5, and they went out of business. And I really wanted to have that bait for ledge fishing, and I reached out to a company, and long story short, I had to order a large quantity to even get the swim bait that I wanted. So I said, I had a little extra money laying around from being in the military. I figured, nah, might as well try selling a few. And I wanted to have a smaller one to go with the bigger one, and that's where the 4.5 came into play. This is the Little Head 4.5. This color here is called Green Bean, and we really got blessed with the formula of these baits. They are super durable. When you grab, you can just tell it's a tougher rubber. You know, if people throw a lot of bass tricks, they're a phenomenal bait because they are soft, but you also catch 2 or 3 fish, and you know, you have to put on a new bait. Ours, they have amazing action, but they also are very durable. Like, you will catch, if they're really tearing it up aggressive, like 10 fish, but normally 20 to 30 fish when you pair it with this True Lock head that we have here.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of those heads.
This is a True Lock head. That screw lock design right there. You just thread this guy up on it. I'll show you how to do that here in a second. But this is one of the finished product, and this one we could still throw. As you can see, it just gets teeth marks. It has a slight tear there, but look, I mean, that thing is still good. I can pull on it, and you can see the screws down in the bait holding that. And when we designed this head, we made it concave, so that swim bait nose can hug up in there. And it's a slim profile, a streamlined profile. That's what the word I'm looking for. So and it flows really nicely with the water over it, and obviously comes out of rocks pretty good. Look at all the paint coming out of there. All right, so we got the 4.5. That's the Little Head 4.5 right here. It's the packaging they come in. And that's the Perfect Head 5.5. And the website, if you ever forget, right here is on the package, trueswimbaits.com. If you ever forget, you can go there. We have sales all the time. We do fun discount codes. If you want to go now and try us out, use the code TRYUS20, all one word, for 20% off your first order. And we got a new shipment coming in April, so we have plenty of stock. Don't worry about that. Some of my favorite colors right here, I'm going to pull out 4. These are my 4 go-tos, day in and day out. A local favorite to Pickwick is Green Bean, and I just showed you that one, but here's some more. So the all-around #1 known color of mine is 99 Problems. It's the blackback shad profile.
Dude, why are your hands all bloody?
Man,
did you catch some fish today?
Man, we caught the mess out of some fish, man. Our hands are chewed up. So all right, we're gonna run through them. 99 Problems, Hot Sauce. As you can see, it's got a little hot color to it, a little chartreuse stripe. Catches them definitely, and I like this in a little more stained water. One of my originals, this is True Blue, after the company True Swimbaits, right? But that natural blue back, you're great for your herring lakes, you know, just a real natural, really good on sunny days. And then for whatever reason, they love this color in clear, dirty, muddy water. It doesn't matter what the clarity. For some reason, if they're aggressive, that bright color just makes them angry, and they attack it. This is called Citron. One of the really cool things about our baits is, so like I'm going to pull out a zoom here. We'll go over a profile real fast. So this is a zoom. I still throw all swim baits because I'm a swim bait nut, and they all have their time and place, right? Let's be honest here. there's no end-all be-all to a swim bait. This is just another tool in your toolbox. So when we look at the profiles of these baits, one, that's a little taller, right? It's got a little bit bigger tail, and it's skinnier. So if you look at the head, look, it's a very tall bait. When you look at mine, it's almost cylindrical, right? So the action of the zoom is going to be more like this, rolling, undulating just like this. And you'll feel that thump even in your rod, right? The True Bass, when it's rigged up, when it's on it's a very subtle swim bait. I almost call it like a finesse swim bait. It's just very natural. When you see a shad naturally swimming in the water, it's really tight, right? It's just swimming really tight. And this swim bait, it just barely turns on its axis. And that's because if you look down that swim bait, it basically it's symmetrical with the head. It's not tall, it's not wide, it fits perfectly. And it just undulates just like that, really tight. And it's basically a very, very natural presentation. And they cannot tell the difference between a shad and a true bass swim bait. But that's really what makes these baits better. And one's over here jumping. But yeah, man, it's just phenomenal. This one's caught a few fish. You can see the teeth marks on it.
Sure.
Once again, they really don't rip. They just get chewed on.
Let's see you actually put a jig head on the actual swim bait.
Absolutely. So me and Travis and I are rigging up a swim bait for him because he needs a new one because we've been catching so many. A trick I'm going to show you for these 5.5s and any bigger swim bait, that screw lock, perfect size for the 4.5, but when you go to a bigger one, you're going to grab it with these pliers like this, put it right on there, and clamp down, and all you're going to do is spin it counterclockwise and open that spring up just like that. See how I made it wider? All that's going to do is give you more bite in the plastic. So this is any of your screw lock design heads, from whether it's mine or Scottsboro Tackles. All right, there we go. That's perfect. You see how I opened that spring up? All right. Here's a normal one, and that's it opened up. And what it's going to do is just going to give this swim bait more bite. So we're going to take this swim bait right here. So what we're going to do, if you're new to swim bait fishing, lay this swim bait, or the hook over the swim bait like this. And you'll see where the hook will naturally come out the back because you want your swim bait perfectly straight when it's on the jig head. So take your thumb and mark it where it's supposed to come out, and take your hook and just nick it, just like that. So now you have a marker to come out on the back, right? So you'll feel how durable these things are. When it's cold out, these things will get a little sticky. So I'll actually lubricate the hook because you'll see it'll start grabbing. It just makes that bait slide up on easier. And a very big piece of information that a lot of guys will miss: stay in the hollow cavity. It may seem silly, but stay. See, I'm going to come out right at that nick. That nick is right here. I'm going to come right out the center line on the back, staying in the hollow cavity, and then we got to the screw lock. Do not, I repeat, do not shove it up on. You will ruin your swim bait. Alright, you want to do this clockwise. Alright, so pull it to the left and turn and push righty-tighty and get it started. Pull the tail in front of the hook, push and twist. Pull the tail in front of the hook, push and twist. Rinse and repeat. Usually it's 3 times, and you see once it starts touching that head, it wants to stop. You're going to take it and go past just a hair and let it settle back. Now it's dead center, and that's where it wants to set.
Perfect.
And it's set perfect. It's streamlined. That hook is in there exactly how you want it to look like the hook is not even in the bait. It's just a part of it. The swim bait when they lay naturally, just like this. But now it has a hook in it. If your swim bait looks like that when it's rigged, you've done it right.
No, that's a real good explanation. I've been impressed. You know, we caught some good smallmouth today on this bait. Big time. It also works great on an Alabama rig.
Very nice on an Alabama rig.
So a lot of different applications.
So something I didn't tell you, I'm going over like the main springtime applications, but we come out with it's called the Minnow. This is the Minnow. It's a 3.5, and these are Alabama rig hooks. They also have the screw lock design. These have been rigged for over a month, guys, in catching fish. I cannot. It basically becomes almost like a hard bait for your A rig. We probably lose money by not selling enough, but I'd rather have it for the fishermen. But this bait is phenomenal on an Alabama rig, and of course the 4.5s.
Sure.
And if you're man enough, throw a 5.5 in the middle.
Right, right.
That's right. But yeah, these are the 3 main sizes. Your northern anglers, drop swimming, I wouldn't rule that out. You know, maybe the Mickey rig, drop it down there.
All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff you can do.
You could probably drop shot that too, man.
100%, yeah. I would think so. Travis is the man for drop shot, and I'm going to defer to him on that, so I'll take his word.
I'll try it this year.
Heck yeah. And don't forget, we don't make these hooks. This is an owner. And one of my favorite ways to fish these baits in grass is to use an owner beast. This is a 1/4 ounce 6/0 for the 5.5. It is the perfect size. Once again, you just lay it over like that, and you see how that thing fits on there. Same thing. You'll screw it up on there, and you'll mark the back. You come out, and you just want that laying flat on the back. And a lot of guys will say they texpose it. What ends up happening half the time when you texpose it like that, you hit a piece of structure and it pops out. Sure. Right? So what I do is most time I just let it ride. And if I'm in grass, it gives me an excuse to rip harder, like you would a rattle trap. Sure. And a lot of times when I'm throwing the swim bait in grass, if that little hook catches a piece and I rip it, and I go to reel up my slack, one is usually swimming off with it. Triggers that reaction bite. Yeah. But another tool for your swim baits, don't forget about weedless options, lay downs, treat it like a spinner bait. Yep. And what was that hook again? This is an owner beast right here. 1/4 ounce 6/0. Gotcha. Best one. The 8/0 works well too if you want to fish it a little deeper in that 8 to 10 foot zone. Sure. Some timber, standing timber, really good application for it. TrueSwimbaits.com. TrueSwimbaits.com. And if you want to follow me on social media, it is AL Bass Guide on Instagram, and he does great stuff for YouTube. But I just go fishing. If you want to follow me, it's just Alabama Bass Guide. There you go. Give me a sub. There you go. Well, guys, hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave any likes and comments below. Let me know what kind of swim baits you guys like to throw on a regular basis. And until next time, we'll see you guys on the water.